Good morning, everybody. Today we're going to do a simple how-to on how to make a raspberry vodka watermelon. And so you see here we have an extension cord, we've got a knife, we have something to drill the tap into, and a mixer, as well as our watermelon. You by Victory Summer Love. Welcome to the summer of 2017. So the first thing we're going to do here is we're going to cut a little bit off the bottom of the watermelon. What this is going to enable us to do is allow the watermelon to stand upright. And maybe we should use a sharper knife, but I think you get the gist of what we're trying to do here. There we go. And one more cut. Okay, this should now, voila, it should enable the standing of the watermelon. Now we're going to gently core the watermelon. And so what we're trying to do here is to be able to get the mixer in so that we can then mix up the contents of said watermelon. We're going to take this and put this to the side. And now we're just going to do a test, and we did not make a big enough hole. So Carlos, if you'd like to come in and see how I've cored the watermelon, if you need to. Watch your step. This is a working area. So standard power, and so now we're going to take the mixer and begin to mix. So this will take a few minutes. So what we'll do is we'll pause now and we'll come back in a little bit. Continue to core the watermelon. We've taken the juice from the watermelon and we put it into our mixing bowl. We want to keep that juice because that's going to be one of the primary contents of our beverage. So yeah, as you'll see, it's a little labor intensive, but look at what we continue to get out of the watermelon. And I gotta tell you, I'm only halfway through right now, but I'm continuing to see just fruits of my labor. And did I remind you that this video is courtesy of Victory Summer Love? We don't recommend you drinking more than 3 beers while you're doing this. So I think we've completed the coring of the watermelon, and as you can see here, what are you doing? As you can see here, we have a pretty good core within the watermelon. Our next step now is to install the tap of the watermelon. So we are finished with the mixer. So we'll unplug and put this to the side. And we have our kit here, our tapping kit, which we'll leverage in a second as well. So I've now asked my assistant, Daniel Pyle, to come and handle the coring for the tap. And what we're going to do here is we're going to target right here, and we need it to go through. All right, so please, if you'll take the drill and pretty much right about there, if you can drill a hole through the watermelon. Little higher, little higher. Yeah, yep. Keep on going. Pull it out. So as you'll see here, nice little hole in here, and we're now going to take one thing that we have a little bit of an issue with is as I'm not going to be able to get my hand all the way in.
Me get a smaller hand.
Whoa! You want to do that. But the nice thing about having the mixing bowl right here is that we're able to fix some of that. So we'll take this. This kit does come with a washer, 2 standard washers. We'll put the washer in. And now we will okay, so now we are in. All right, we're not in far enough. We're going to go back to plugging in the blender as we need to create a little more of an opening so that we can more labor intensive than I thought it was going to be. I would recommend a tap with a little bit wider of a mouth. Now we're good. So interior washer, again, this should stop all leaking of the beverage. That cannot be guaranteed though. All right, so we're back. So now what we've done is we have installed the tap, and now I'll ask one of the family members in the house that's over 21 years old if I can please have the raspberry vodka.
Oh yes, I'll be right with you. Why don't you tell them why we're using the raspberry vodka?
Well, we're using the raspberry vodka because it seems as if that's the one alcohol or one vodka that nobody wants to drink in this house. And so we will we'll be using the raspberry vodka. So we have the raspberry vodka coming, and I think what we're going to do is we're going to do 10 parts vodka to whatever's left of our mix. Again, kids, this is the ultimate, this is the moment of truth. to see if the tap holds the alcohol. Right now, it looks as though we've got a tight seal. Oh yeah, you know what? I think we're going to actually use 20 parts vodka, and
what's the other mix made out of?
the mix is actually, it's really just all natural, right? So natural ingredients, potato, raspberry, and now
Oh no.
we're going to come back to. Do we have a funnel? So as you can see, this is really a family, it's a family project. Youth can be involved, but again, not for the alcohol purposes of it. If some of the youth would like to get little shot glasses, we'd be able to serve fresh watermelon juice, which is probably tasty.
Pause this.
Pause this. Oh, we're back. Okay, so again, this DIY project brought to you by Summer Love of Victory. So we didn't have a funnel, and our bowl was a little too big, so we've decided to get a ladle. And now what we're going to do, and again, we would recommend this with being a seedless watermelon. And so because the tap will not filter the seeds. And so we're just going to continue to ladle the watermelon back in. And I got to tell you, the way this smells, this is going to be a little slice of heaven. So what we have is, again, this is back to the family portion of the taping. And so we're going to do just regular shots of watermelon juice, right? This is very healthy and is a vital aspect of how we're going to be doing this. In a couple of minutes after we get done filling this, there will be a taste test from the adult perspective to see how we have done with this drink of the day. Again, very much of a self-contained project. Just need a couple of other tools, and but really something that can be done. I think overall this may have taken less than 30 minutes. So we are now full of the watermelon. Carlos, if you can come back in and just show this. So we are now full. I will say I am a little sticky, but you know that's part of everything. You know, this is a Lodato production. So with it being a Lodato production, we're now going to get to the adult portion of this. So I will ask everyone that's under 21 years of age to step aside, but I do need some glasses.
Are you going to blend that?
By somebody in the crowd. We are now going to go back in and blend
Low setting, on a low setting.
on a low setting, and we're now mixing. Really, I only recommend this for maybe 10-15 seconds. But now, if the two adults that are here can get a shot glass, come on, down that. And so now, this really is the moment of truth. We will now be tapping said watermelon. After we tap this, we're going to let it sit and chill. We may add a couple of cubes up on top again, just for temperature's sake. Look at this. Look at this. Look at that. Look. We now have, see, this is, I think, part of the seedless piece. Alex, please join us. We will not fill, oh, see, one of the seeds passed, right? So it was a little bit of a passing of the seed. We'll say cheers. Welcome to the summer of
Happy
2017.
You can really taste
This might have our first success of 2017. Cheers. That's a wrap.
Brought to you by Riptide Productions.